everyone, I am really excited today because I had some lovely gifts through the door last night. They've come from a lovely lady called Bridget, and I haven't been able to thank her personally. So Bridget, if you would like a little personal thank you from me, please get in touch with me through my social media channels or comment on the video. But either way, thank you so much. I was so excited, and I haven't even open. So Bridget sent me these gorgeous jelly rolls, which we're going to be looking at today, and these Black Widow pencils, which I'm going to be looking at in another video. It won't come out immediately. I try and spread them out a little bit because not everyone likes these sorts of review videos, so I mix it up. So I'll just tell you about the jelly rolls. Obviously they come in this packet, and they're 12 gel pens, and they're the metallic shiny ones. If I tip them that way, sorry, the sun's shining, it's quite bright, and it says constant flow of ink, bright colours, light fast and won't fade, which is interesting. We've got a range of colours. I'm going to swatch them. I don't always like swatching pencils and things. I think I prefer to show you me actually colouring them, but I'd like to see personally how they look on black and white paper, and I think it would be interesting. I am going to do some colouring with them at the end of the video, so if you want to skip through the swatching and just watch the colouring, you can. But I'm going to colour on black paper, so this one for example I probably won't use, so just to warn you. But we'll just have another look. I finished looking at the pack, so we have some colour numbers on the bottom here, and it says world's best gel pen. Now okay, I've tried the Sakura Stardust. Oh, this isn't. This is the white pens, which I really like, and the Stardusts. I've got one which is just the glitter one with no colour, which is fabulous. So I'm really looking forward to trying these. Now I'm going to start opening the box while I finish talking. Now I can't work out how to do it. I did some research on Sakura pens. And found out that, okay, I need to pull that bit out. Found out that they were the first company to actually, they invented gel pens. I cannot work out what to do. Do I pull that? That's it. Sorry. They invented gel pens, so they should really be the best. But I don't have loads of gel pens. I have got, well, I'm lying. I've got a set of 100 Castle Arts. What I meant was I don't have lots of brands of gel pen. So I haven't tried loads. I'm just going to open them up. You can see they're clipped onto a base, so they stay in the pack. I'm just going to put them to the side and we'll try them out. This is very thin black paper, and this is a sort of toothy sketchbook. So I don't know how that's going to fare, but we'll try the first one. Now I don't know if they don't have names. They have, I don't know if that's an individual number. Hang about. Yeah, they have different numbers on them, which probably corresponds to the back. Yeah. So this is number 551. So they're identified by number. I'm going to come in a bit closer so you can have a good look at the colours. Now you may not see whether they're shiny or not when I initially swatch them, but we can tip them up towards the light at the end. So let's just get going. I'm excited to have a try. Wow, that looks very shiny to me. Wow, look at it on the black. But of course it's still wet. When they dry, they don't always retain their shininess. Shininess? We'll find out. I'm just going to go down the page. That looks beautiful. A coppery colour. Look at that. And what I like is they're showing up well on the white. Obviously better on the black. It's probably what you would expect from a metallic pen. But I'm just turning my head. The light's actually shining off the colours. It's making it tricky for me to see. I'm excited by a red one. I don't know why I'm so excited by a red one. It doesn't look red. It's actually pink, pinky purple. Interesting. Sorry, I keep reaching across the pages. I'm not giving you the number of each one. I think it's a bit, I don't know. It's not very exciting, is it? That's a pretty pink. So if you've got the pack, you'll have all the same numbers anyway. So I think the numbers are only really useful if you want to replace some open stock. I know they do some of their pens open stock. I don't know if they do all of these. I really haven't looked into it. I know some people only like to buy things they can replace open stock, and I can understand that. If you want to use this for a background and you run out, then you want to make sure you can get another one, and you may not want all of them. You know, there might be some colours you use more than others. I'm sure there will be. There always is, isn't there, with pens and pencils. Oops. There we go. So I am really, oh, that's pretty, liking this mix of colours. This one's quite light, sort of olivey, which is nice. We haven't got a red. I was getting excited thinking we had a red, but we haven't. But actually they're quite pastel-y almost, if that's the right word. I'm not sure. And we've got a black. I'm not sure what to expect from this. It even shows up on the black paper, which is fascinating. Now I'm going to try and tip them, oops, towards the light for you. It's very hard for me. There's the colour, not in the light. You can't see quite them all. Let's zoom out a tad. Now if I tip them towards the light, you will see them shine, hopefully there, I think. Interesting. Very, very pretty colours. Okay, I'm going to do some colouring. Now, I did have a request to do the inside cover of the 2023 planner in metallic gel pens. I've decided to do the cover of the 2022 planner instead, because I've put the 2023 planner away for next year. So I'm going to do some on this one. So we'll come in close. Now I wasn't sure whether I would colour on the white lines and leave all the black as black, or actually fill in the black. But because the pens stand out so well on black, I'm going to colour on the black. So I'm not going to do loads, but I thought I'd just get started really. So that was I'm doing them in order, the order I swatched them. I think it's just nice to see them actually laid down on a book. Now obviously they're going to look different on white paper, as you could see from when I swatched, but it's quite fun to try them out on black. So, that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to do the whole of this page, but I'm just going to have a go at some of it. So I hope everyone's well while I'm just colouring away. There's no technique to teach you, so I'm just picking the next colour across through the box, using the box colour order, which may not be the best choice, but hey, it's sort of an experiment, isn't it really? So I had a nice walk already this morning. It's quite early, but I had to pop to the supermarket. And midweek I always pop out to get extra lunchbox supplies for the children. And saw, on my way out, I saw a baby mandarin duckling with its mum, and it was quite grown up, and it was scooting across the water. Obviously it was swimming really, it wasn't skating, but it was eating the flies, because it's quite warm this morning already, so there were sort of little insects over the surface of the water, and what they do, they're so cute, is they sort of swim slowly, and then when they see a fly they sort of push off fast towards it to eat it, and it was doing that this morning. It was very cute, and Mum was just watching. She wasn't eating, she was just watching, and that was fun. Then I've been having a sort out, so I got rid of a few bits and pieces. There's some recycling areas by the supermarket, so I did various bits of recycling. So that was cool. I'm sort of going to just leave the outside layer for the next colour, I think. I'm getting myself a bit confused because I'm chattering. But I didn't see many people this morning, not as many as normal. A few people on bikes, a few people walking about. But it was quite warm. I had to ditch my coat on the way home. Well, put it over my arm. I got too warm. But of course it is June. So the weather should be getting warm, but you never know in the UK. It was quite, it was forecast for rain, which is why I popped a jacket on, and it was dull, but the sun came out. That was nice, but I wasn't out for long. It takes 10 minutes or so walk. It's really quite short, and I had to do my quick getting rid of bits and bobs and a bit of shopping, and I didn't see anyone I knew to talk to. I said hello to everybody I saw, but not in the supermarket. I think that's a little bit odd, but along the canal path, and people always say hello. So I did that, and didn't stop and talk to anyone. So came home, and my husband hadn't even left for work. It's nice to spend time with him before he leaves for work, but on the other hand, I prefer to record videos when he's not here. So I think if I can go out while he's just getting ready, and he's usually getting ready, packing his things up and just getting himself organised, so he's not actually in the room chattering to me. And he gets up a bit later than me and the children, so he's often still eating his breakfast while we're already upstairs getting on with our jobs. I already had both children message me this morning, one of them to tell me to remind him to put his calculator in his bag, so he's gone off to college without a calculator, and he's got maths today, so that isn't good. And the other one, although he probably can borrow one actually, and then the other one messaged me to say he hasn't got a pen. So very organised children. So we're going to come out a little bit and do some of this swirly bit. I'm going to do just the circles, I think, with this one. Although if I do that, I'm going to risk putting my hand in it, but never mind, we'll try. It'll be amusing if I splodge it everywhere. You can see it's quite thick. It comes out really easily. I definitely think you get a better coverage than with the Castle Arts, which is nice. Try not to put my hand down in it. I really like the colours, but they are significantly more expensive as far as I'm aware. My Castle Art set, I think I paid about £10, but I had a few vouchers, so I got them cheap. But I got 100, but some of them I had to immediately chuck out because they didn't work. But I didn't bother complaining to Castle Arts because the price was so cheap. Whereas these, obviously they all work, which is fantastic, and they just flow so nicely. And it's interesting, it says they're light fast. I'd never thought about light fastness with pens. I don't really worry about it, but I know some people do. Because I keep all my pictures in my books, they're not going to fade with the sun. You know, we can't sell our pictures, you know, because obviously the copyright isn't ours, it's whoever has drawn them. Anyway, and it's not something I have ever considered doing anyway. Some people have told me I should, but no. That's no. Anyway, some people don't understand the copyright issue, but even so, even if it wasn't an issue, I like to keep them in the book, and I like to keep them, even these sort of downloads, I like to keep as a record, because it's really nice to look back and see how your colouring has changed, I feel. Sorry, I hope you can see. I'm having to put my hands in such awkward positions to make sure I don't splodge. I know some people aren't keen on gel pens because they splodge, compared with a marker, a felt tip pen, like a water-based pen or an alcohol marker. They dry so much more quickly. You don't tend to have to worry. But I have to say I much prefer a gel pen. Oops, miles out of the line. A gel pen myself, because you can get a more even look to it. It's hard to explain, but when you use like a felt tip pen, you can get streaky marks, and I don't get that when I use a paint pen or a gel pen, which is why I prefer them. But yes, the splodging is a problem. Splodging being the technical term, obviously, being an expert on pen, that's what it is. No, I don't know. smearing, smudging, I don't know. Anyway, so yes, it is obviously a problem, but what I tend to do is if I'm doing a mandala like this and there's a risk of, I just keep turning it round. I work from the centre outwards and then the risk is much reduced. You do have to be careful still. But that seems to work fairly well for me. So that's what I do. I really like these colours. It isn't what I was expecting, but they're beautiful. And I think they all work together really well, with maybe the exception of the one green. It doesn't quite look right, but I don't know. It might, once it's dry, it might look different. This is the thing we have to always remember too, that like now these swatches are dry, that green, oh sorry, that I thought looked a bit too olive, actually works. Now it's dry and they're still nice and shiny even though they're dry, which is good. Now, oops, when I use a gel pen or a paint pen, I always am very careful about closing the book or putting anything on top, anything like that. So I tend to leave them overnight. So whether I've coloured it in the evening or the morning, I just leave it open on the floor in my sitting room, nice and tidy. I don't have any pets and the children don't are quite careful when it comes to standing on my things. Obviously you need to think about where you're going to leave them so it's safe. And just to dry, here's some blue. I'm going to do these dots here. And I leave it to dry overnight. I'm not, as you can see, I'm leaving quite a lot of black background. I think it works quite well. We're going to do a little bit more, but not loads. I will finish this in my own time. Oh, sorry, my nose wants to run. Hang on. But I will show you. Yeah, we'll do every colour, and then I will finish. I just want to make sure I don't lose you. Sorry, it's going to be quite far away. I think I'll do these bits first, because otherwise I'm going to splodge. You know, the official splodging thing. It's quite interesting colouring on black. I haven't done it a lot, but you have to make sure you leave the white. I have never done it like this before. Quite often if I have a black page, I might just do the top bit actually, or else I'm going to be here forever. It's quite a long time, isn't it? Forever. Yeah, normally when I've got a page like this, I'll colour on the white rather than on the black, but I think it's quite fun to just have a go on the black. It'd be quite interesting to compare this with the castle directly, like the colours and things, but I haven't got them handy. But I just think these are definitely superior. You can tell the quality. I'm just going to do those two, I think. For now, I've got to remember which one I used. I'm going to note that down for myself. Usefully, because I can use the numbers that are written here, there on my notes. Sorry, that was very blurred, wasn't it? Oops. And I do the circle. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the grassy bits in this green. This all makes sense, doesn't it? Sort of green leafy bits. Got some nice flowers up here. They're going to look nice. Now I think I may not do the black, even though it showed up. It sort of showed up as a dark grey. I don't think it's really going to work with this picture, so I'm not going to use it. It will be nice on a white page, definitely. There we go. So there's the grassy bits. I'm just going to note down that colour as well. Sorry about that. And then we'll use this last one, which is the sort of silvery one for the circles. you can see how they flow well, but not, it's easy to keep them in the lines. They're sort of thick enough gel so that it doesn't sort of make a mess, but you can get a nice easy covering. There we go. I'm going to note that one down as well. Whoops, I think it's quite obvious, but even so. So there we go. Don't know what to call them, circles. That is the set, which is great fun. So let's zoom out, you can have a little look. Let's tip it towards the light so you can see, look, you can see how shiny they can be. I mean, there's the colour and there's the shine. I think it's quite fun when you get a sort of mix, colour and shine. So that is our little experiment. So thank you again very, very much to the lovely Bridget who sent these to me. I am overwhelmed actually. They are better than I even expected, and I knew that they were going to be good, but really, wow, they are amazing, and I'm looking forward to using them a lot more, but hopefully I won't run them out too quickly. But there we go, and there is our swatch on the white paper and on the black paper, so you can just have a quick look. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that was interesting for you. I will add a link in my description so you can all spend your hard-earned money if you think they're as good as I do, or pop them on your wish list and hope someone else treats you like they did me. I'm very lucky, very spoilt, and thank you all for everything you do. Some of you send me things, some of you like, some of you comment, some of you subscribe, some of you message me. It's all absolutely brilliant, and all that support means so much, so thank you all very much. And I hope you have a really lovely day, and happy colouring.